10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
India, a country that lacks a lot of infrastructure, a country that has extreme poverty. I think more than 700 million Indians don't have access to a toilet. Really? Should they really be spending this sort of money on a space program?
We should not be giving money to countries with a space program. As a rule, if you can afford to fire a rocket at the dark side of the moon, you shouldn't be coming to us with your hand out.
In 2020, building a rocket in India was illegal. Today, India is on track to become the world's third largest space economy. Two ex-ISRO scientists found a gap in Elon Musk's empire that SpaceX cannot fill. This is how they broke the monopoly. The New York Times drew a cartoon in 2014. A farmer in a dhoti, cow behind him, knocking on the door of the elite space club. Inside, two suited men sneer over a newspaper headline, India's Mars mission. The cartoon was published one day after India reached Mars, on its very first attempt, something the United States, Russia, and Europe all failed to do.
India became the first in the world to successfully reach Mars's orbit on its first attempt, the country's Prime Minister Narendra Modi celebrating the occasion.
History has been created today.
I was shocked the other day to read that the nation of India, on one rocket launched, deposited more than 100 satellites in space.
The cartoon did not embarrass India. It embarrassed the New York Times. Patrick Christie's demanded India return the aid money. He called India poverty-stricken. But the £2.3 billion was not charity. It was British investment and British interests, channeled through their own development finance institution. The real aid was the $45 trillion Britain extracted from India during 200 years of colonial rule. Now he demands money back from a nation building rockets for less than what Hollywood spends on movies about going to Mars. The BBC asked if India could afford space while 700 million Indians lack toilets. India replied with a rocket to the moon's south pole, the first nation to achieve it. The West's mockery was not evidence of India's poverty. It was evidence of the West's shifting monopoly. This is how the farmer beat Elon Musk. Between 2010 and 2022, the global space economy grew from $270 billion to nearly $400 billion. Private investment in American space startups grew fourfold. America captured half the global market. Europe, China, Japan, Israel, and New Zealand divided the rest. India's share was zero. Zero private rocket launches. Zero private space companies. Not because India lacked engineers, because until 2020, building a rocket in India was illegal. ISRO held a legal monopoly, a brilliant monopoly, but a monopoly nonetheless. An Indian engineer who could have built the next SpaceX had only one option: pack their bags, fly to California, and build it for Elon Musk. The brain drain was not a leak. It was a forced migration. American private space scaled on a foundation of Indian engineering talent. In June 2020, the government broke the monopoly.
सरकार ने स्पेस सेक्टर को प्राइवेट इनोवेशन के लिए ओपन किया.
Elon Musk built a train. Brilliant. Rigid. Fixed altitude. Fixed angle. Need a different address. Burn your own fuel. A satellite built to last 15 years dies at 12, just finding its seat. Skyroot founder Pawan Kumar Chandana saw the blind spot. SpaceX is a shared ride. Skyroot is a private cab. Dedicated access. Exact orbit. Exact inclination. You don't wait for the bus. You hire the jet. SpaceX wins on volume. But a satellite dropped in the wrong orbit is a dead satellite. The market pays for precision. Chandana didn't just see the gap. He walked away from a secure ISRO career to exploit it. He traded a government desk to build the most complex machine on Earth. 8 years later, the verdict is in. Skyroot is officially a unicorn, valued at 10,000 Indian rupees crore. 2 former ISRO scientists found the blind spot in the empire. They didn't build a train, they built a key. A monopoly does not end with a declaration. It ends with infrastructure. The government granted Skyroot access to over $200 million worth of ISROs, testing facilities, and launch infrastructure, heavily subsidized. Skyroot did not have to build a launch pad from scratch. They inherited the nation's best. From fewer than 10 space startups in 2019 to over 140 in 2023. India's space economy is projected to hit $77 billion by the end of this decade. The market opened. The entrepreneurs arrived. The state provided the foundation. The private sector provided the velocity. The farmer now had a key. Look at the cartoon again. The farmer knocking. The sneering gentleman. Now look at today. The farmer is not knocking. He is pouring the wine. The club has new management. The menu is Indian. And the key is not going back.